Yo, Lance, what's going on, man? Appreciate you. All right, let's fix this. There we go. Let's fix this. What's going on, guys? Let everybody file in here on a Tuesday, December the 29th. Hope you're all doing well here on this Tuesday. Got a great show lined up. We got a lot to talk about. Of course, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. And I will go ahead and put the number in there. Phil, what's up, man? How you doing? Great to chat with you guys. We are creeping closer and closer to the end of 2020, guys. How does that feel? I'll be honest with you. I was thinking sitting here right before I went live. Hold on. Working on some big things merch-wise, folks. I'll give you guys a teaser, and that's all I'll say. Appreciate you guys, man. Love and support. Obviously, the merch is in Rivals in Florence, South Carolina. My goal, I'll tell you guys this. So I've written my goals down for 2021 for business, personal, everything, relationships, all of it. And one of my goals for 2021 is to have the Spurs Up Show merchandise in 5 different stores across the state. That's a goal of mine. So working on the second store actually right now. But I hope you guys are doing well. Again, I was thinking about right before I went live just how much I enjoy this, how much I enjoy the Daily Crow. And I want to say, guys, I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate the love and support. You guys have made the Daily Crow a huge, massive success. I mean, even more successful probably than I originally envisioned. So thank you all for that. Seriously, this is a lot of fun. I genuinely look forward to this every day, to chatting with you guys every day. So, Lindsay Hagler, is it more beneficial to buy directly from you or from somewhere like Rivals? Either is fine, because the way I look at it, obviously, is that the more you buy from a place like Rivals, the more they're going to want to make another order, which is obviously a very big deal for me. So I would say either, whatever suits you, whatever you want to do. I mean, really, either way works great. So I'm not going to complain. Obviously, it's a blessing either way. Scotty, no, yes, I have reached out to Palmetto Moon. I'm waiting to hear from those guys. I've reached out to them. Just kind of awaiting the word. So, Austin Kane from Rock Hill, what's going on? Again, guys, taking questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. You can also text that number as well. Again, taking your questions, comments, calls, all that good stuff. HML31 Gaming, when are you going to Rivals? I'm not sure. I'm pretty busy. It'll probably be maybe next week. Maybe I'll try to schedule that out next week, but I'm just obviously really busy with the content and everything else. I'm really excited, by the way. If you guys haven't checked it out this morning, episode 347, latest episode of the podcast dropped, obviously, but I'm really excited because these next 2 days are going to be really, I'm talking Wednesday, Thursday, are going to be really fun podcasts, and Friday too, because really, you know, we're getting in the mode of wrapping up 2020 and jumping into 2021. So I can tell you guys off the top of my head, and we're going to have a great interview on Thursday as well. I'm doing that interview today at 3:30. And for you guys that are on here, I guess I'll go ahead and spoil it. Will Crow, former Gamecocks pitcher, former Gamecocks right-handed pitcher and big leaguer, Will Crow, joining me today at 3:30. We're going to chat, and that'll be on the Thursday show. And I'm really looking forward to it. It's always, you know, obviously, as you guys know, I'm a baseball guy. You can see the hat. I'm a baseball guy. So you get the chance to talk to Will. I mean, obviously, a guy that made his major league debut, and get his perspective on things. I'm really, really excited about. And also, you guys see behind me, embrace the moment. Something just hit me this morning. Live in the present moment, embrace the moment. You know, we get so worked up thinking about the past, the future, but embrace the moment you got right now. That's my message for you today. Chad Taylor, any news on Aaron Feld as strength and conditioning coach? I haven't really heard anything or heard any rumors in regards to, you know, the strength and conditioning coach. You know, I have heard that I think Derek Mason at this point is probably the leader in the clubhouse for the defensive coordinator job, which I'd be fine with. You know, I saw something this morning. And again, I'm very skeptical when I see certain rumors floating around on like Facebook and whatever. You know what I mean? Like, people hear things, it's fine. But like, I saw one thing this morning that said like Todd Grantham's being considered. I think that would be an insane hire. I don't see that happening personally. So I don't know. John Gibbs, I'd love for you to be able to open your own store one day and be able to do this podcast in the store itself with all your merchandise. That would be cool. Hey, never say it's not possible, right? Anything is possible. So you never know. It might happen. I think that could happen. I'm also kind of working with those guys I'd love to do a live show out of Rivals, where the merchandise is, and just kind of bring them some exposure. And we're kind of in talks, working with things as far as how I can help them out as a small business and get them more exposure, their online presence and their website and stuff like that. Dude, Phil, great idea, by the way. The Sling Blade merch, that actually sounds like a great idea. Hold on, I want to show you guys. That makes me think. I want to show you guys this graphic I made. I haven't posted it. I really haven't had the opportunity. I don't feel like has really presented itself. But please. So I'm going to show you guys on my phone. Look at this. Tell me this isn't awesome. Look at that picture with the Carolina logo. Tell me that's not Mike Bobo. Tell me that's not Mike Bobo. Phil, I'll text you the picture, by the way. Yeah, again, you can't believe everything you see or hear, but who knows? You know what I mean? All names are out there. All names are a possibility at this point. But again, getting back to what I was saying, by the way, I got off track. The next couple days in the podcast are going to be really, really fun. So we've got the Will Crow interview on Thursday, but tomorrow I'm going to probably do top 5 moments of the Gamecocks 2020 calendar year. So across all sports, I'll give my top 5 moments on the field. Thursday's show will probably be top moments for the Spurs Up show specifically in 2020, kind of ironing that one out, but that's probably what Thursday will be. And then Friday will be top 5 things I'm looking forward to in 2021. So those shows are fun to me. It's fun to reflect and look ahead and do that stuff. So again, guys, I've been rambling here. Taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Also, guys, really excited. I am going to bring the NCAA streams, simulations, what have you, back in some capacity. Also, I'm trying to work things out because, guys, don't look now. It's about to be January. We're going to be a month away from college baseball season. I'd like to bring the MLB stuff back too. Bring the South Carolina baseball streams back too. Again, it's a fun form of content. Can we squeeze it in? Can we fit it? I'm not 100% sure, but that's something I'm looking into doing the streams again. Definitely the NCAA ones, because I know you guys love those. And honestly, those are just a blast. So I haven't decided whether we're going to do like Dynasty. Are we going to do simulations? Are we going to do Road to Glory? I think Road to Glory would be really fun. So we'll see what happens there. Also, guys, I do want to say, and like I said, I know I'm kind of rambling. I don't know. This is like housekeeping item city right now. I say thank you to you guys and show my gratitude and thanks to you all. But I want to say it yet again because I'm very excited and proud to announce already December the 29th, for the 3rd straight month, we have set the record for podcast downloads for the business. So again, thank you guys so much for the love, support, everybody that tunes in. Again, we've already broke the record, so it'll be exciting to see what we hit, once December finally wraps up. But no, thank you guys so much for the love and support. And obviously we'll celebrate that small victory on Friday, on New Year's Day. I'll probably make another graphic, put that out there. But again, thank you guys so much for the love and support. It means the world, and it's been awesome. Even, it's just crazy to me. I don't take it for granted, because even in this craziness of 2020, this has been the most successful football season ever for the business. So, it's just, it speaks to the people that show love and support and tune in and consume the content, show love to the content. I am forever grateful. Obviously, I'm not one of those people that takes it for granted. Like I really, really value you guys' love and support. So thank you so much again. Let's get to these questions again. I feel like I'm rambling right now. Let's see. Jim Widener, time frame for DC announcement. Hopefully by the end of the week. I thought it was going to be midweek. I thought maybe even tomorrow, but it really just depends on what candidates or what guy, Shane Beamer wants. So, yeah, Mike Hall says, I'm seeing Florida DC as the favorite now. If Todd Grantham is the hire, that is a dog shit hire. Listen, I trust in Beamer. I'm going to give Beamer the benefit of the doubt. But man, did you watch Florida's defense, excuse me. Did you watch Florida's defense? My God, I will pass on. I'd much rather have Derek Mason. Much rather. Brock says, what are our chances that we improve our recruiting? Any chance we look to Iowa, Nebraska for O-linemen? I think the recruiting will definitely get better. You've got till February to sign these guys. South Carolina's going to hit the transfer portal hard. I expect recruiting to get much better, for sure. We're not going to stick where we are at 100th. Things will work out. Just give it some time. You got to finish getting this staff put together. And I think after the new year, you'll see that come together. So I'm not like hitting the panic button on this recruiting class yet. So let's see. Deacon says people are acting like Bobo, because Bobo is staying, that means he'll be here all 5 years. Yeah, again, he's on a 1-year deal. And I will tell you guys this, by the way. I guess I should have maybe included this, or I'd actually already recorded the podcast. Maybe I'll talk about this on the podcast for tomorrow. So I actually had, and again, I'm obviously not going to say him by name, but I have a really, really good buddy of mine, like a childhood friend that I know, and I linked up with him at halftime of the Georgia game. And, we actually had about a 45-minute conversation last night. Again, a good buddy of mine, won't say his name, but he works for Georgia football, and that's all I'll say. I mean, he works closely with Kirby Smart, and he really works for Georgia football, for real. So he knows Mike Bobo. And so I had a call with him, and I just was like, man, I really want to pick your brain about this stuff with Bobo and Beamer and all of it. And it made me feel, let me just put it this way, it made me feel really good about Shane Beamer's decision. It really did. It really, really did. He's for him, he's a huge Bobo guy. He says Bobo's word is like gold to him. So he's a huge fan of Mike Bobo. And he also fully believes that Shane Beamer is 110% going to have a hand in the offense. He's 110% going to bring that Oklahoma system into and integrate it with what Mike Bobo wants to do as well. So I feel good about it. Again, I won't go into too much detail. Again, we talked for about 45 minutes last night, but I feel really, he made me feel really good about the decision, honestly, that Shane Beamer made. Let's see. John Gibbs. I understand a pipeline, but recruiting is recruiting. Go where the best players are. I agree 110% with you. It's funny. Ironically enough, I talked to my buddy about that. That's with Georgia. And of course, Georgia recruits nationally and stuff like that. We kind of talked about how it's funny that the most overrated thing in college football is the whole in-state recruiting thing, like putting a fence around your state. No, you need to go get the best players. It don't matter where they are. Granted, you definitely, what you want to do, you want to get to the place. And, I hate to say it, Clemson's in this place. Georgia's in this place. Alabama's in this place. You want to get to the place where if you're South Carolina, yes, you're recruiting in state, but you're picking the guys you want in state. You're not just taking guys in state. You're picking the guys you want in state, and then you're going out of the state to get the best players in the country. So maybe there will be some years where the best players in the country are in your state. But let's face it, a lot of times, most of the times, they're not. So, let's see. Phil says, get our boy Apex to drop Sling Blade roaming the sidelines with the headset on, all the Carolina coaching gear. I'll have to chat with him about that for sure. Tommy McClellan, Grantham went to Vatech and coached there for 5 years, has a relationship with Shane Beamer. Having said that, he's a dumpster fire, and hiring him would be a really bad idea. I actually agree with you. I think that would be a terrible idea. Again, I will give Beamer the benefit of the doubt. I'll let him do his thing, but I wouldn't be a huge fan of that. Would not be a huge fan for sure. So, and Brock, you make a point, and I hate to put it that way, because Brock says, true, we've been getting leftovers for the last 4 years. I don't want to demean those guys South Carolina has signed in that way. You've signed some really good ball players. I mean, Jordan Burch, Luke Doty, even Dakereon Joyner when you signed him, Tonka Hemingway. You've gotten some really good players in state, Alex Huntley. But you can't sit there and say South Carolina hasn't almost benefited with in-state recruiting because of Clemson's success. Because guess what, guys? Clemson doesn't have to recruit in state. I mean, they just don't. If South Carolina wanted the guys we wanted, you'd have to think they'd probably get at least half of them. I mean, let's just face it, right? So it definitely helped Muschamp. I mean, and I think that was Muschamp's calling card, and that was the thing he sort of hung his hat on and all that. But it's at the end of the day, I mean, you're kind of having that success because of you're benefiting from them not having to recruit in state, really. So I know some people may not like to hear that, but that's just kind of the reality of the situation. So. Let's see. Jay Rowland, do you honestly think Bobo would have been his choice if he wasn't here? I mean, all I can go off is word. Why would he lie about that? You know what I mean? Why would he lie about that? So, I mean, he's obviously got a lot of respect for Mike Bobo and a lot of admiration for Mike Bobo. And I mean, dude, I don't think Mike Bobo's a bad offensive football coach. I think you could do much worse at offensive coordinator. I really do. I just, maybe it's because coming in the season, I expected our offense to be so bad. But I thought Bobo did a good job. I really do. I really did. So, let's see. Toby says Derek Mason 2021. Yeah, I'd like Derek Mason. Again, guys, if you do want to call in, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. By the way, guys, I want to plug my guy really, really quick. You guys may have seen this on social media, but my dude Jeremy dropped at Apex Art and Design, by the way, dropped a brand new piece. And guys, it is fuego. So I want to share this really quickly. I want to share this really quickly. Boom. Check this out. You guys can see that. Check this out. ApexArtandDesign.com. Boom. Connor Shaw, the GOAT. You can go all the way from 4x6 to 16x20. This thing is freaking awesome, guys. Absolutely awesome. So be sure to check him out, ApexArtandDesign.com. He's also on social media, apex.artanddesign. Be sure to check that out. Let's see. Jay Rowland, you take Harris having a monster season off the table and the offense was atrocious. I mean, okay, like that's okay. You take Trevor Lawrence off of Clemson, their offense isn't good. Like, what's the point? No shit. That's kind of like a no duh thing. I mean, yeah, we all know but the fact is, you ran for 1,000 yards. You had a rusher that rushed for 1,000 yards on a team that was 2-8 that had no other weapons. That teams knew we were running the ball. Like, that's the point. Teams knew we were running the ball, and we still ran for 1,000. You got to give credit where credit's due. So, I think Russell Scarborough is a troll at this point. Russell says, I'm not going to listen to your show anymore. You have been critical of Mike Bobo. You have a loud and an ass. And I don't really know what the hell that means, Russell. You need to work on your grammar, I guess. But, hey, Russell, appreciate the comment, man. Appreciate the comment for sure. Let's see. Dustin, who do you want for DC? I like the name Derek Mason. I like the names Jay Bateman and John Heacock. Sounded like it won't be Heacock, though. I just don't want Todd Grantham personally. I just, there's a lot. I've got friends, again, like I said, that are Georgia fans and know Todd Grantham well. And I talked to him even before this season, and they thought that Todd Grantham hire was stupid at Florida. So I don't understand why that would be your guy personally. Tyler Knoll says, Bobo will be just fine. Getting back Ortre and Leggett at wide receiver plus the guys who were there this year. Oh, and the guy I think will make a big impact next year is Jaheim Bell, and no one is talking about him. The offense is going to be fine with Lloyd and Harris. Doty will have people to throw to, excited about next year. Yeah, I mean, how much of an impact do Ortre and Leggett have? I don't know, but I agree with you. I'm excited about Jaheim Bell. And again, I think Shane Beamer is going to go out there in the transfer portal and bring in 2 to 3 playmakers. He just has to. You can't just roll in the next season with the guys you have on the roster. You got to try to go out and find some playmakers. So I think Shane Beamer's going to do that. No, I mean, and you think about it, his recruiting pitch, it's going to be so easy, or it should be. It's like, dude, you're going to start. I mean, you're going to start. There's no question. You're going to start. Do your thing and you'll start. So I expect Shane Beamer to go out and find some big-time players. So Damian says, do Randricus Davis and Ortre Smith come back next year? From what I've heard, Ortre will come back. I don't know about Davis, but as far as I know, Ortre will come back. So Russell Scarborough again says, loudmouth, you were an ass. I mean, Russell, I never said I wasn't. So whatever. It's all good. I've been called worse by better, Russell, honestly. Let's see. Jordan Beard, Rico Powers has some potential too. I agree. Again, out of Rico Powers, Jakari Caldwell, and Mike Wyman, you can't tell me all 3 of those dudes are busts. I think we're going to see those guys develop and become playmakers for South Carolina. Dude, Raw for show. Does Josh Van come off the milk carton in 2021? I don't know, man. I don't know what the deal with Josh Van is. I really don't. I really, really don't. You guys taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. Let's see. Brian Welch. Hey, if you have suggestions for my dude Jeremy, Apex Art and Design, go to apex.art and design on Instagram and shoot him a DM. He'd love to hear it, honestly. I mean, he's taking suggestions. So, yeah, go shoot him a DM for sure. Deacon, do you think Muse is staying another year? I think at this point, if I had to guess, yes. I according to what Coach Kimmery said, it sounds like they had really productive conversations. I think he'll stay another year. John Gibbs says, I know you're a baseball man, Chris, but would you rather see us win 3 more baseball natties or get a football natty? I have these conversations all the time, and people say football, obviously. Yeah, and here's the biggest thing. Baseball's already won a national championship. So, I mean, as awesome as it'd be to win, 3 in a row or what, I mean, that'd be so sick. It'd be awesome. But winning a football national title, man, like what it does for your school, not just like the fact, yeah, I mean, winning a national title is huge, but like what it does for your school, you can't measure the impact that has. So, yeah, definitely winning a football national title. So, James Gore, do you think we have depth at wide receiver? We don't right now. I mean, according to what we watch in the field, we don't right now. So, you got to go get some guys, man. So, Ryan Vincent, do you think they are waiting until after the Florida Bowl game to announce him as the defensive coordinator? I have no idea. If that's who it is, we'll see. Wow, how about this, guys? I just got a notification. 4 years ago today, South Carolina was playing USF in the whatever the hell bowl game we were in. Will Muschamp's first year. Dustin says, when will they announce the baseball schedule? I think in a few weeks. I saw something where Paul Maneri had some radio spot or something, and he said apparently there's like SEC meetings in 2 weeks. So I'd assume after that. I mean, I'm assuming right now they're working on putting the SEC schedule together. I saw something when they start conference play, they want to do 4-game weekends. Why? Like, why can we not have a normal baseball schedule? Like, why? Again, it's not me making light of COVID. It's just like, I just can't believe. I don't know. Can't believe it. So, yeah, Birmingham Bowl. That's what it was. Ed McKinnis, appreciate the love, man. Appreciate the love from you for sure. So is Mason a good recruiter? I mean, I think so. I mean, can you really judge Derek Mason off how that Vandy thing went? Nobody can win at Vandy, bro. Nobody can. So, let's see. Again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Carl Hudson, I've heard Vol fans couldn't stand Friend. Your thoughts about him? I mean, I'm fine with the hire. Obviously, their offensive line wasn't great at Tennessee, but they had other issues, man. Like, how about quarterback play? Like, they've had some issues. So I'm fine with Will Friend being hired. I have no issues with it. Dustin, I heard baseball teams should be really good. Yeah, they should. No, the guys, I was fortunate enough to talk with the guys at D1 baseball over the summer, and they say this is the best roster. This is the best roster that South Carolina has had, they feel like, since 2012. I mean, so if that tells you anything, yeah, this team should be good. This team should be good, no question. Toby says, like you said yesterday, even Steve Spurrier wouldn't win at Vandy. Yeah, I mean, dude, they just don't have the resources. They don't have the commitment to football even. So, Will Bryant, do you think Helinski has a shot to beat out Doty as a starter in 2021? I mean, maybe if he comes back, maybe you never know. You know what I mean? You never know what could happen, and I'd be more than happy with him coming back and trying to win the job. Do I think he will? No, but it could happen personally. I mean, I think personally it could. So, Heath Hagler's baseball at full capacity seating? No. So it's like 2,100 or something like that. So I plan on being one of the 2,100. I'm going to tell you that right now. So, because I live right down the road from the baseball stadium, and I didn't get my full season last year. I'm going to get my full season this year. I'm going to tell you that right now. So, Lance Player says we got a Bobo, a Limbo, a Beamer, and a friend. Yeah, indeed we do. Staff is the all-name team. Rhinum says, do you think with Friend and Bobo will innovate enough so teams don't know their playbooks, being as they were at Georgia for so long together? Yeah, I mean, I think so. And Beamer coming from Oklahoma, factor that in as well. Yeah, I don't think people are going to know our playbook or anything. So, Tyler Knoll, the deal with the majority of guys is the lack of coaching and player development, and that's at almost every position on the roster with his last coaching staff. New coaches should help these guys out. I agree. I've talked about that a ton. Yeah, but I agree with you 110%. Let's see. Somebody did text in, by the way. Jonathan Houston. Chris, I agree with you about giving Mike Bobo a chance. However, convincing Gamecock fans about that is like telling Dabo Sweeney he's the dumbest person in the room. He's not going to believe it. Love it. Love the analogy. Love the analogy so much. Stay cocky indeed. Stay cocky indeed. Travis Young, what's the realistic goal for 2021? How many games? I'm thinking 6. I think 6-6 is very realistic. I think it's very doable. I think South Carolina going 500 or better in Shane Beamer's first year, very doable. Because you look at it, you go back to the normal schedule, you're going to have 4 out of conference games. 3 of those are kick-in wins, guys. You got 3 non-conference games in Vandy. You have 4 kick-in wins. And I really put Kentucky in that too. I think Kentucky at home should be a dub, no question. So you've already got 4 to 5 wins that you just chalk up on the schedule. So I think getting to 6 is very realistic. I do. Again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls. Appreciate you all tuning in. 843-790-3377 is the number. Ryan Vincent says, if he hires Grantham, it would definitely be a splash hire, just not in a positive way. Yeah, I wouldn't be a fan of it personally. So, yeah. You guys may have seen the post I put up on social media, by the way, but really cool stuff. 14 years ago today, South Carolina beat Houston 44-36 to secure the Liberty Bowl victory. I remember that, man. I remember, and again, it speaks volumes to the way that Spurrier changed the culture, because I remember South Carolina beating Houston at Liberty Bowl, and you felt like we won the damn national title. I mean, it's just like you thought we won the Super Bowl. That's how I felt. An exciting great game, great win. RIP Kenny Mack. That was the whole reason I posted. Steven says, when are you going to do another sim? It'll probably be next week, but you never know. I might last, because I'm trying to decide what content I want to do. Do I want to do Road to Glory? Do I want to do Dynasty Mode? Do I just want to do a simulation? So, yeah, I don't know. Justin Gant says, to get away from football, men's basketball is supposed to play Saturday. Do you think this is going to happen? And what do you think the men's basketball can finish this year? Can we still compete with missing this many games for COVID? Dude, it's tough. It's so tough to say. I don't know what to expect. I hate to say that, but I don't know what to expect. I really don't. I mean, you're supposed to play at Florida Saturday. Florida's a really talented team. I've got my fingers crossed. I'm staying positive. I think the Gamecocks will play Saturday. But again, what to expect? I don't know. How do you judge anybody for this season at this point? I mean, I don't know. So it would be nice to come back with a W. We should be well rested, if nothing else. So, Cody Gaskins, what would be your grade for Grantham? Oh, God. I mean, probably a D plus. I don't know, man. I don't know. Jay Morris, any word on names thrown around for wide receiver coach? Not much talking going on there. I have no idea, to be honest with you. I love Jason Barnes from Dutch Fork, former Gamecocks wide receiver. I've been a big proponent of that. I think Jason Barnes should get the job. That's just me, though. So, Brock says, sounds like we'll be using a fullback again next year. Can we recruit a Jerome Bettis? Well, again, I don't think it's going to be like a Jerome Bettis. Like, it's an H-back. It's more of an H-back. You know what I mean? Like somebody who can also catch the foot. A Patrick DeMarco type. Seriously. So, Jay Morris, appreciate it, man. First-time listener. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoy. We do this every single day, Monday through Friday, noon to 1. Podcast also drops every single day, Monday through Friday. So, first-time listener, I appreciate it, man. Thanks so much. Thank you so much. Dustin says Sidney Rice for wide receivers coach. Hey, I'm all about it. Why not? Why not? Christian Carver, no matter how good or bad East Carolina is in football, that's always a tricky game for us. I agree with you. And the game's in Greenville, dude. I cannot wait to make that road trip. But you still should win. You should win that game. No questions asked in my mind. Savannah Webster says Todd Grantham, peace out. Yeah, I feel the same way. I wouldn't be a fan of that. Would not be a fan. Welcome to the Roost. Brock says, great show. Got a tea time in 30 minutes. How about it? Have fun. Hit them well. Hit them long. Hit them straight. And if nothing else, hit them. That's it. Michael says, where do we stand with Derek Mason and what are our chances while the rumors floating around about LSU? I think South Carolina is in good standing. Obviously, again, Derek Mason's going to have a decision to make, but from what I'm hearing, I think South Carolina is in a decent spot. So I think we should be okay. Again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls. John Gibbs, Kimry was certainly a great hire. Love how Beamer is bringing back former Gamecocks back home. I agree, dude. I'm am I a little biased? Probably, but I'm happy as hell for Eric, man. Awesome dude, awesome Gamecock. Somebody I'm blessed to call a friend, obviously. Just awesome. I'm so happy for Eric. And again, he's a guy, I said this on the podcast, I'll say it to you guys. He is a guy that the impact he's going to have on the field, that's all great and everything. But I think more so even the impact in the community, behind the scenes, in the locker room, in the culture, that to me is where he's going to stand out. He's going to flourish and he's going to thrive. And again, like I said, I'm not taking anything away because this dude, Eric, knows X's and O's. I mean, it's wild how well he talks like a coach. You know what I mean? Like you can tell this dude's a coach, but man, his value off the field is going to match, if not exceed, his value on the field, in my opinion. So I'm excited, man. I'm so glad he's on staff. So Lance Player says tea time means beer time. Indeed, sir. RJ Kelly, I think, will be amazed when the head coach keeps his hand out of the cookie jar and actually lets the coordinators do their job. Indeed. Chuck Thompson, love the merchandise. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Brainstorming new merch as we speak. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. Savannah Webster, what kind of timeline are the rest of the coaches' announcements on, if they are on one at all? I was hearing this. I mean, listen, Shane Beamer's on his own timeline. Nobody really knows. Did anybody see it coming Sunday when all these announcements dropped? I sure as hell didn't. So it kind of felt like a news dump. You know what I mean? Like they tried to not make too big of a deal of it. But, what I don't know. Is it going to be this week, tomorrow, an hour from now? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine at this point. So, Rodney Creel, if it's Mason, we shouldn't have to wait much longer. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I heard if it is Mason midweek this week, we'd find out. But who knows? Andrew, love your show. Keep up the good work. Andrew, thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Seriously. Genuinely, thank you. Thank you. Will Erickson, rumors on wide receiver coach. Again, I really haven't heard anything. I'd love to see Jason Barnes over at Dutch Fork come coach wide receivers. He's been doing a great job. Why not, right? So. Let's see. Christian Carver, I hope Sean Elliott is still with the Georgia State team in 2022 because that's when we play against him. I didn't even know we played him in 2022. That'd be awesome. That'd be really cool. Yeah. I'm assuming he'll be there. He seems to like it. I think Sean Elliott likes it, so I don't see him leaving. Atron Pageant, not saying I was a fan, but what happened to Bateman? I mean, I don't know. It could still be him. Again, my guy, my sources went from telling me Bateman to Derek Mason. It's an ever-evolving thing. And that's why I kind of made the point this morning and on the show and everything that, you guys know, I don't need to explain to you all, but you guys know I don't try to play like the insider guy. Like, obviously, I'm not charging for that information. But I'm going to let you guys know what I'm hearing from the people I trust. Like, I'm not trying to say my word is almighty, and if I say it, it's 120% going to happen. I mean, there's a decent chance. I mean, I feel like my hits have been more than my misses or whatever, but, just bottom line, I'm going to let you guys know what I'm hearing. So, again, it's an ever-evolving thing. It could still be Bateman, but, again, from somebody I trust, that has ties to USC and within the program. I'm the name Derek Mason is catching a lot of fire right now. So, we'll see what happens. Again, Shane Beamer is the mastermind behind all of this. We'll see what happens. So, Tyler Noel, how about Jam Williams scoring 2 touchdowns? Not bad for a cornerback, quote unquote. Another example of the lack of coaching and player development on Champ staff. Yeah, I agree with you. The fact he never got a look offensively is kind of crazy. So. It is kind of crazy. Dustin says Gunnar Stockton is trying to recruit big-time players to Carolina. Yeah, that should be Beamer's first really big class. That 2022 class, man, with Gunnar Stockton leading the way, that should be a huge class for South Carolina. No doubt a top 25 class. I mean, no doubt. You should really shoot for a top 15 class, in my opinion. So, I mean, when you've got a 5-star quarterback leading the way, that helps a lot. So, Ryan, do you think there will be enough of a culture change with retaining some of Muschamp staff? I do. And I don't think Shane Beamer would have kept guys on staff if he felt like that wasn't possible. Changing the head guy is going to change everything, guys. It's going to change everything in my mind. So, and again, do you really honestly believe Shane Beamer would have kept guys on if he felt like they were going to be, anything but an asset to the program? I don't think so. I know so. I know for a fact he wouldn't have done that. So. Justin says, I could be wrong, but I've seen Bobo's under contract for the next 2 years. After that, it's up. Do you think we could go get a Garrett Riley type OC? He's actually only under contract for next year. So, that's who knows? It might. I mean, listen, if it doesn't work out, yeah, you're going to get rid of Bobo and get somebody else. RJ Kelly, you need new art designs. Saw the shawl. It's fire. That's the latest one. That's the newest one. So right now, he has the Connor shawl, the Jadeveon Clowney hit, the DJ Swearinger that you see behind me, and the Kevin Harris piece. So, yeah, the shawl piece is sick. It's awesome. Support the artist. Jeremy does a fantastic. And his prices, honestly, his prices are so insanely cheap. Like, his prices are incredible. So, yeah, definitely support. Please support. John Gibbs, do you think we couldn't pay Riley or he didn't want to come? I have no idea, man. It's hard for me to really speak to it. I'm going to be guessing. So, I don't know. Tough to say. You guys taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Ryan, do you have a link for the art? Yeah, let me go ahead and post it. Let me post it in the chat so you guys know. I know it's apexartanddesign.com, and you go to shop, and all of his work is there. If you also want to view his work, it's on Instagram, apex.artanddesign. But here's the link right here, guys. If you want to check that out, that is the work. That is the work. So, and again, Jeremy, fantastic dude, fantastic Gamecock, mad talented. He does a fantastic, it's incredible the work he does. Savannah Webster, do the men play this weekend? They're supposed to. Fingers crossed. They're supposed to. So, Tom McClellan, like changing the lead singer of a band, even if everyone else remains, it is a totally different band when you change the lead guy. Agree. 110%. Yep. Katron Padgett, appreciate you answering. Any news what happened with Rod Wilson? That was shocking. I don't know. And again, I was very surprised. I was very surprised that Rod Wilson wasn't retained. I'll be totally honest. I don't know. I don't know what the situation was. So, Savannah Webster, we're supposed to play Florida in Gainesville. So, John Strickland, he's going to do some prints for me for my playing days. Yeah, dude, I thought about this, by the way. I was like, I wonder if he'd do a print of me saying fire Muschamp. Because, dude, that's a huge part in the business. That's a huge point in the business. Nah, he does a fantastic job, man. He's I'm not surprised he's helping you out. And like I said, if you have suggestions, hit him up. The dude can draw whatever. I think he'd love to hear from fans. It's like, what pictures do you guys want to see? I think he'd love to hear it. So, Deacon says, sucks for wasting Lawson's last year on this shitty season. I mean, what can we do? I mean, there's nothing we can do. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's having to deal with this BS. So it is what it is. Let's see. Dude Raw, strength and conditioning coach. I think Paul Jackson made a difference even with COVID. What's your take? If he wanted to bring Paul Jackson back, I wouldn't be upset at that. I mean, most likely he's going to bring in his own guy, though. So either way, I'll be happy with the new guy, or I'd be happy with Paul Jackson. I don't think Paul Jackson did a terrible job. Although, you look at our team, we were banged up as hell going to the last week. So, but I think Paul Jackson actually did a good job. Yeah. Landon says, rumors say Muschamp is going to Michigan as DC. Thoughts? I mean, talking from the football side of things, Muschamp is still one of the better defensive minds in college football. I know that's like blasphemy. And again, you guys are probably shocked to hear me saying that. And listen, I don't have any clue what happened with his defense at South Carolina, especially this year. But Muschamp, just from the pure X's and O's standpoint, Muschamp knows the game. Like, he knows the game as good as anybody. So I'm not surprised he's landing on his feet. I fully expected it. You know what I mean? I didn't think he was going to be out of work long. So let's see. Eddie says, I thought you might be sporting a Padres hat today after all those moves of the last few days. No, I mean, I'm not a Padres fan. This is just a random hat I grabbed. I don't know. The old Cincinnati. Andrew Bowers, one game you think we win next year that everyone will think we won't win. So, like, what game is most prime for an upset? I don't think A&M because we got to go on the road. I think Florida at home. Or wait, yeah, Florida at home. I think Florida at home we could win, certainly. So, Jay says, Jake Bentley coming back to South Carolina for his 18th season. Did you know he's still supposed to be in high school, though? Oh, man. Savannah Webster, I hit up an LSU friend, says he doesn't think Mason to them is likely, but nothing will be announced until after bowl season. Yeah, I mean, like I said, guys, I don't think we're on Shane Beamer's timeline. So we are on Shane Beamer's timeline, guys. Just sit back and relax and enjoy. What are the bowl games today, by the way? Or what is the bowl? I don't know how I mean, if there are a couple games, if there are games today, I think there are games today. Aren't the playoffs in like a few days, by the way? Oh, okay. They were supposed to be one today yesterday and got canceled. Oh, wow. Miami, Oklahoma State. Yo, that's a good game. And we got Texas, Colorado. Okay, we got football to watch tonight. All right. Okay. And then let's see. We got tomorrow, Wake Forest, Wisconsin. Oh, tomorrow's Oklahoma, Florida. Yo. Okay, so the semifinals are on New Year's Day. Okay. I was wondering when that was. Oh, that's going to be a fun Friday, bro. Watching ball, kicking it, chilling. Can't wait. That'll be a fun time. What a way to start the year, right, with those games. The Cheez-It Bowl. John Gibbs, I'm not one of those fans who thinks if we beat Clem sucks, it's a successful season. But, Chris, when do you honestly think we'll beat Clem sucks again? And will it be up there or will he be? Dude, it's tough to say. And I hate thinking about it because, just the reality of it. I think it'll be at least 2 to 3 years. I mean, you got to get players. You got to get ball players. I think South Carolina, you're going to see a difference with Shane Beamer's teams, the way they play, the way they're coached. But you got to have ball players. You got to have the Jimmies and Joes to compete. And, right now, South Carolina just doesn't have those guys to compete with a team like Clemson. And I hate to say that. And I hate to think about it. That's why I don't. You guys don't hear me talk about Clemson a lot. Like, I don't spend a lot of my show shitting on Clemson or whatever. South Carolina needs to worry about getting South Carolina right. And then we can worry about that rivalry game. So if you take care of business in our building and get South Carolina right, the rest of it will take care of itself. So. Andrew Bowers, when is the Heisman going to be announced? When is that ceremony or whatever? I really don't know. Normally it is already announced. Let's see. Got about 15 minutes left, guys. 15 minutes. January the 5th. January the 5th. That is when they will be announced. Let's see. Tyler Noel, I just want Ohio State to win so I can see all these Clemmy fans sulk and complain, but they only played 6 games. And hear Dabo the clown bitch music to my ears. Dude, Dabo's going to have a full-on meltdown if Clemson loses to Ohio State. Like a full-on meltdown. Straight up. So, Moses Joyner, we need players that want to be here. Yes, we do, but we also need some big-time football players. So you got to find, how do you find both, right? Rodney Creel, Jake Bentley to Clemson worked out a deal with Dabo to play only against us to get his revenge. God, what a time to be alive. Cody Welch, who do you got for the Heisman? I would say I think Devontae Smith should win it, but probably Mac Jones. It's a quarterback award at this point. Yeah. Again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls. We got just under 15 minutes left here on a Tuesday, December the 29th. Is this also for you guys? I mean, it's a little bit less for me this week because, we've actually structured things out and we got the podcast and all that stuff. But, I remember when I worked in the corporate world, how this week between Christmas and New Year's was like the weirdest feeling week because if you're in the office, nobody wants to be there. You almost like are waking up and you don't even know what day it is. You know what I mean? Like it's a weird time of year. It's a weird time of year for sure. So I don't know. Moses Joyner, you definitely got to recruit your state. I agree, but you got to be able to go outside the state and get guys too. You just have to. You just have to. So Shannon Webster says, let's go suck eyes. Indeed. Indeed. Christian Carver, for one day only, I'm a Buckeye fan. As much as I hate Ohio State, I can't stand Clemson more. Yeah, I mean, that's a given. Today, I posted it last year when Clemson played Ohio State. Today, we are all Buckeyes. Hey, by the way, I was thinking about this. I don't know. This just popped in my head. How would you guys feel about if we watched the game, the Clemson-Ohio State game together on here? And I went live and kind of gave my live reaction and thoughts and stuff like that. Just, I don't know. We may not do it, but I don't know. I've thought about that. I've thought about going live during games, but I don't know. I don't really know how that would work. It'd be fun. It'd be fun to kind of just shoot the shit. And, I'd probably have a little bit different setup than this, obviously, because I'd like to sit back and, relax on the couch, whatever. But, yeah, Deacon says you should do it on Twitch. I'm bringing back the Twitch content, my friend. Don't you worry. I'm bringing back the Twitch content. So. Justin, I work in a machine shop, and that's how it is here. I had Thursday and Friday off last week. This week, work Monday through Thursday, off Friday. Yeah, it's an interesting time of year for sure. Just the holiday season. That's all it is. Savannah Webster, what about even just a game thread, not necessarily going live? I mean, we could do that on Twitter. I mean, that's kind of, we could do that anyway. I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities. That's the fun part. There's a lot of possibilities. So, Brandon Wagner could be amazing if Clemson is losing, but terrible if they're destroying Ohio State. That's a very good point. I actually gave halftime updates and post-game updates for the Clemson Ohio State game last year, and it got just as much, if not more, views than when South Carolina plays. It was crazy. So hopefully Ohio State whoops that ass. I know that's what we're all hoping for. Again, guys, got less than 10 minutes left. Quick reminder, podcast did drop this morning. Episode 347. I actually graded, and again, shout out to Anderson Dreyer. My dude has done fantastic work for us. He kind of inspired today's show. He definitely inspired today's show. I went through because he gave his grades yesterday for the South Carolina assistant coaches that were hired. So I figured out, why not I do the same? I'll do the same. I'll give my grades as well. So went through, graded assistant coaches hirings to this point, and also gave you guys some insight what I'm hearing on the defensive coordinator front. But yeah, episode 347 dropped this morning. Be sure to check that out. Justin says, I was gone. Suggest if we played the Gasparilla Bowl in Florida, you and Steve go live. Steven, that would have been legendary. I'm dying reading this sentence. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Me and Steven Garcia going live drinking a beer. That would be fun. Tyler Noel to put Dabo on suicide watch. John Gibbs, always felt the fan side of it. We have to get that culture back in our building of beating our rival. Must Champion His Crew didn't get that. Beating Clem sucks matters, and it clearly shows that it hasn't in the past few years. But here's the thing I'd say this, though. I think Steve Spurrier did a really good job of, like, not making beating Clemson the biggest thing. Because, again, if you take care of business in your building, and if you take care of business and you get closer to the goal of winning the SEC, you're going to take care of beating Clemson. Like, that's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like you have to overemphasize the importance of South Carolina Clemson. Like, we all know, you know what I mean? Like, you don't need a bunch of signs around the facility to say beat Clemson. Like, no shit, bro. We hate Clemson. We get it. So, I think Spurrier just did a really good job of that. I think he did a good job of making people realize, hey, like, going 6-6 and beating Clemson, that's not the goal. We're trying to win big things. We're trying to win, achieve things that have never been achieved. We've beaten Clemson before. And obviously we want to beat them. We all want to beat them. I mean, definitely. No shit, we want to beat them. But, I'm not one of those people that says, I'd rather go 1-10 and beat Clemson than go, or I'd rather go 1-11 and beat Clemson than go 11-1 and lose to Clemson. I don't buy into that, man. I'm somebody I'd rather achieve and win a ton of games. And again, beating Clemson is going to take care of itself. So that's just the way I look at it. Landon, do you think they should expand the playoff? Yes, 110%. I think going to 8 teams is a no-brainer. I think they should do 8 teams, 5 conference champions, the best group of 5, and then 2 at-large bids. I think that's what they should do. So I think that's a foolproof way. It emphasizes winning your conference, which I think needs to be emphasized. I think it does. And again, you still have room for those 2 at-large bids. So probably be SEC teams, at least one of them. So if you were in a scenario like this year, A&M would have got in. And you're still going to have debate at the back half with those last couple spots. But, like, you got to expand the playoff, man. You just have to. I mean, this is ridiculous with Ohio State and freaking Ohio State, Notre Dame, especially Notre Dame getting in. I mean, come on, dude. Bama's going to wipe the floor with Notre Dame. So, Jordan Beard, Spurrier instilled the every week as a season without saying it every freaking week. Indeed. Moses Joyner, Connor Shaw's a leader in the quarterback room. That's good for Beamer. He knows about South Carolina fans. Savannah Webster, UGA Cincy, who you got? UGA has tons of opt-outs. I think Georgia is going to stomp Cincinnati. That's just me. The talent levels of those two are not equal in my mind. So I think Georgia will take care of business. Again, guys, got about 5 minutes left. Taking your questions, comments, calls as well. Let's see. Just looking on Instagram real quick. Savannah Webster, UF Oklahoma. I'm actually going OU. I am. I'm going OU in that one. Yep. I think Oklahoma gets it. All right, let's see. Matt Miller, where's your PayPal link? It's actually on the website, thespursupshow.com. So again, if you guys are in the giving mood, it's on the right-hand side, right above where it says sponsors. Or if you're on your mobile, if you're on your phone, you just scroll all the way down. And that's, I think, you scroll all the way down, I think that's where you find it. So yeah, that's on the website. So yeah, if you guys do want to support the small biz, you guys want to support, I mean, obviously I put that there to make that an option because people had been asking about it. If you do want to do that, that would, I mean, that'd be a huge blessing. I'd appreciate it. So yeah, if you just scroll down, it's right above where sponsors are. So Landon, who do you got tonight in Miami, Oklahoma State? I think I picked Oklahoma State, if I'm not mistaken. I think I picked Oklahoma State. So Anthony Dillard, I know they are deserving, but damn, I'm tired of seeing Clemson and Bama every year in the playoff. I agree, and I think that's one of the reasons. Even if you get to the same result, because I know people are like, oh, why would you expand the playoff? You're going to have the same two teams playing anyways. Give somebody else a chance to beat them. Like, give somebody else. Because, again, I agree with you. The nation has Bama Clemson fatigue, bro. I mean, without a doubt. Jordan Beard, let's see. Rumor that Jaden Hazelwood upset with Rattler connections targets. Hazelwood didn't go to bowl. Beamer connection, get him to transfer. I'd love that. I mean, we'll see. I'd love that. Savannah Webster, Miami is horrible, like 1-9 in the postseason. Yeah, I think I've got Oklahoma State. So I'm not really sold on Miami, to be honest with you. Katron Paget, Mason Barnes, and who for DB coach makes this staff top notch? I don't know who the DB coach will be. So, T.I. Barnes, any New Year's resolutions? So I've actually written down my goals for 2021. I really don't make resolutions per se, but I do make goals, obviously, for the year and stuff like that. And I actually sat down Saturday and I wrote down a ton of goals, again, for business, personal life, relationships, self-development, everything. So, but there's none that like really jump out at me. I guess my resolutions is to continue to, work hard and have a positive attitude. I mean, really, if I don't know, I'm not like a resolution guy, like I don't have, I want to lose 10 pounds or some shit like that. I don't know. I'm a goal setter type person. I guess that's the same thing. Resolutions are goals. So I definitely have goals though. Yeah. I have a ton of goals for 2021. Really excited for the new year, man. Very, very excited. So a lot of big stuff's going to be happening. Again, guys, about to wrap it up here. We got about a minute and a half left. Again, if you have not done so, check out the podcast. It dropped this morning, episode 347, grading Shane Beamer's assistance to this point. Also talking about the defensive coordinator role, all that good stuff. Again, you guys know the schedule. Podcast every day this week, Monday through Friday. Live stream the Daily Crow, noon to 1 every day as well. You guys know the schedule at this point. So, William Shue, goal is to get Beamer on the show and take our questions. That'd be something. That'd be fun. So, Katron Paget, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much. Let's see. Deacon says, I grew up an OSU fan. He's talking about Oklahoma State. They're not going to win tonight. Had a really disappointing season. Well, I picked them, so I hope they do. I guess I could change my pick last second. You telling me I should change my pick? Might have to change my pick. I don't know. Might have to change it. Again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Like it says behind me, embrace the moment. Live in the present moment. Embrace the moment, man. Be thankful for the moment. I don't know, just my message to you guys today. Again, we'll do it again tomorrow, noon to 1. We'll do it every day this week, noon to 1. And again, just stay tuned for all the content coming. I got a ton of ideas rattling around this brain of mine. But, yeah, let's see. Dusty803, I'm late. Your thoughts on Bobo? Last question we'll take. Don't take the easy way out. Coach picked him, so you're cool with. Again, Gamecock fans have every reason to be skeptical, to feel like they didn't exactly get what they were hoping for in regards to that flashy, sexy hire. But again, I think Mike Bobo, honestly, man, I'm not just saying this because I'm just, behind Beamer. I think South Carolina could have done much worse. I think Mike Bobo did a good job in 2020 with the Gamecocks offense. I honestly think he got the most out of it. So I'm not upset with the Bobo hire. Now, again, he's got to show the ability to adapt and be forward thinking and run a modern offense. But I really believe Shane Beamer is going to bring that with him from Oklahoma. He's going to have a hand in the offense. So, again, I'm not upset about the retention of Mike Bobo. We'll see how it plays out in 2021. Guys, again, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll do it again tomorrow, noon to 1. Y'all